Late hit by Jeremy Clark, but that was just Ross, the outside linebacker, the strong side linebacker.
After these messages. End zone is a safety. Not going to be silly enough to throw the ball, are you?
And at least consider your defense is going to play well at Notre Dame. But Morris looks like he is not healthy to me. So do not be surprised if Devin Gardner, who was... Well, I will say the fans are getting restless with this offense. First year under Doug Nussmeier. First touchdown in this game against a Power 5 conference team. They failed.
Shane Morris gave the penalty with a timeout, but you don't want to burn it here.
And I'm starting to feel the frustration of these fans. You coming into this year, you had
and turnovers they are the worst in the country now at -12.
Number 46. It really, Minnesota feels like clearly the better team right now. The wind is complete. And I would imagine if Minnesota sticks it in here, this crowd is headed for the gates. Last week against Utah, there was a 2.5-hour weather delay, and less than 2,000 people were here for the end of that game.
If they're heading for the gates, they'll be booing as they walk out. They are very proud of the huge crowds they get here. Play call. You know the defense is going to a 247-pound tailback open tight end.
Has let consistently run the ball on them.
Yes.
They've been one of the best run defenses in the country. The problem is 88 may be the best player on Minnesota's team. You may not want to miss him.
They're one for his quarterback. Do you make another switch or do you just stick with it?
That's the...
That you would leave Morris in there, and then if you're going to make a change, go back to Gardner next week.
Well, seems like a complete liability to them. It's turnovers. They're not eating enough time off the clock for a defense that's pretty solid. And I studied film on them.
I agree.
They have NFL guys. I think Devin Funchess is going to play on Sundays.
Allen's younger brother trying to make his mark in this one, and you know he wants to break one for 45 yards and do a little dance in the end zone.
Edwards not recruited by Michigan, and these fans are not going to miss it if Edwards is able to break.
No, they're going to have to listen to the rest of it
on the radio
with Dan Dierdorf.
Little bit of positive momentum in that first half on offense, and then they just continue to make their just huge.
And the word Max Williams.
Defensive coordinator Greg Madison. When an offense struggles this much, I was more athletic.
Haven't they?
Yeah, we saw them last year twice, and they did not look this.
Number 55, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Not called for targeting, and not only ejected from this game, but then he would be ejected for the first half of the second. You have to.
Defense for Minnesota has been terrific.
Well, I think the fans of Michigan are lining up there now because they're clearly not interested in the rest of this ball game, or at least some of them.
Hoping Devin Gardner can do something here. Calhoun. And now an
is awfully impressive.
Oath to do this, but there's 4:14 to go in the game. You need 2 touchdowns. How could? And we've got an injury, and it's Devin Funchess down, and that was Lloyd Carr, the former Michigan coach, on his way out of the stadium.
And it was a leg injury that Devin Funchess, he's favoring that right leg, and Funchess, a guy as bad as take to let him go as people start heading for the end. And what an amazing job by Jerry Kill and his staff, who can make plays for you on offense.
And one other thing, they have shown some depth, something they've never had before. I don't know if they have enough depth to go through the rugged last part of their schedule. And now the Minnesota fans coming to the sideline, they haven't practiced this very much, but they're going to get to rush across to the other side of the field and claim the little brown jug. What a thrill this has got to be for